doors will be opening at 7 o'clock. Me and my friends, though, we're not affiliated with the Harris County Annex, but we are affiliated with the local Christian church. And this morning, we've come out here with a very urgent and important message. I know you're probably thinking that we're crazy. This is probably the last thing that you expected this morning. But I assure you we're not crazy. We just have a very important message, and this message comes from the Bible. You probably woke up this morning and this was the last thing on your mind. Maybe considering the things that we're going to ask you to consider. But the Bible says that it is appointed for man to die once. We may not like to think about death, but it will happen. We have an appointment with death. Everybody out here, regardless of our race, regardless of our income level, regardless of where we grew up, we may try to prolong life also, but death will come knocking at our door one day. This life is fleeting, it's passing. We don't know when that day will come. But the Bible says that after death comes the judgment. On that day, we're going to have to stand before God. The Bible declares God to be a holy and just judge. We know what it is we know what it's like to stand before a judge, everybody here, I'm sure, where we have to give an account for what we've done. And that judge will have to uphold the law. If he's a good judge, if he's a righteous judge, he can't simply just let us go disregarding the law, but we have to pay in some form. And the Bible says that God is a perfect judge, and that he will by no means clear the guilty. In other words, he will by no means overlook the things that we've done in this life. So, my friends, how will you do on that day? How will you stand before God who is holy, before God who will one day judge us? And I assure you, this is in no way me and my friends judging you. This is not our standard. But the Bible says that God has given us his 10 commandments. And he's written that law on all of our hearts. We all have a conscience here. We all know that it's wrong to lie. Yet how many of us here have told lies before? Regardless of the size of the lie, regardless of why we lie. In fact, all of us know here that it's wrong to steal. But we've still stolen things before in our lifetime. Regardless of the value, regardless of when we stole that thing, maybe we've taken from the store, maybe we've stolen from the government, from our employer. Even though we've known that it's wrong to do so, we've taken that thing that doesn't belong to us. In fact, many of us here are married, and maybe we've cheated on our spouse. Or maybe in fact we're not married, but we've had sex outside of marriage, which is not God's will for marriage. Or maybe in fact we've never done that, but Christ said that if you even look at a woman or a man with lust, with sexual desire, you've committed